Hey there. If your legs have started feeling unusually heavy after 60, making it harder to walk, climb stairs, or stay active, it may not be just aging at all. In fact, many seniors are unknowingly low in one important mineral that plays a major role in circulation, muscle function, and leg strength. The surprising part? Some people notice a difference in as little as 14 days. And even if you've tried stretching, walking more, or blamed it on getting older, what I'm about to share could explain what's really happening inside your body and why so many people completely miss the warning signs. I'm Ellis, and a few years ago I started noticing my legs felt unusually heavy by the end of the day. Walking upstairs felt harder, long walks became exhausting, and I kept telling myself, well, I guess this is just what happens after 60. I tried stretching more, walking more, and brushed it off as aging, but nothing really changed. Then I discovered that many people aren't dealing with old age at all. They're missing something important their body desperately needs. Once I started learning the science behind it, everything finally started making sense. There's so much bad advice out there that tells seniors to simply accept these changes. And that's exactly why I created this channel, to share what actually helps and save you from the mistakes I made. Many people think heavy legs after 60 happen for one reason: age. That's it. You get older, your body slows down, and heavy legs become part of the deal. At least that's what millions of people believe. But what if that explanation is incomplete? Because if getting older alone caused heavy legs, then why do some people in their 70s seem to walk around with endless energy, while others in their early 60s feel like they're dragging sandbags around by lunchtime? Same age, very different outcomes. Something else is happening, and today we're getting to the bottom of it. But before we go further, I want you to do something with me. Quick self-check. No standing up, no equipment, just answer honestly. By evening, do your legs feel heavier than they do in the morning? Do your socks leave marks around your ankles? Do you wake up with calf cramps? Do your legs ever feel restless at night? Or maybe stairs suddenly feel harder than they used to? If you're sitting there thinking, actually, yes, then pay attention, because these symptoms may seem unrelated, but they often travel together. And what surprised me when I first started researching this was discovering that many people spend years treating the symptom while completely missing the cause. Because here's what usually happens. Your legs feel heavy. You assume circulation. You buy compression socks. Maybe you walk more, stretch more, massage your calves. And sometimes those things help temporarily. But if you never address what's happening underneath the surface, the heaviness often comes right back. Now you might be wondering, what actually causes that heavy feeling? Let's make this simple. Your heart pushes blood downward very easily. Gravity helps. But getting blood and fluid back upward is harder. Much harder. Similar explanations are repeatedly used throughout the knowledge base around leg circulation and blood return flow. Your body has a built-in support system to help. Your leg muscles, especially your calf muscles. And in fact, doctors sometimes call them a second heart, because every time those muscles contract, they help push blood back upward. The knowledge material repeatedly describes calf muscles as a mechanical pump assisting circulation. Pretty amazing when you think about it. Your body built a backup pumping system into your legs. But here's where things become important after 60. As we age, several things can begin changing at once. We move a little less. Muscles gradually weaken. We spend more time sitting. And suddenly that pumping system becomes less efficient. Not overnight, slowly, quietly. And this is exactly why people often tell me, Ellis, my legs just feel different. Not painful, not injured, just heavy. Now here's the part almost nobody talks about. Your muscles cannot do their jobs properly without certain nutrients. And one of the most important, magnesium. Now don't leave because you've heard the word before. because most people think magnesium is only about sleep or stress or helping you relax. But magnesium helps regulate muscles and nerve signals throughout your body. And when levels start dropping, your legs may be one of the first places to complain. You might be wondering, how would I even know? Great question. Because magnesium deficiency doesn't usually arrive dramatically. It's sneaky, very sneaky. The body whispers before it screams. Maybe you notice little muscle twitches. Maybe cramps happen at night. Maybe your legs feel jumpy. Maybe your feet feel strange. Maybe fatigue starts appearing for no obvious reason. At first, nothing feels serious. You shrug it off. Weeks become months. Months become years. And eventually you start believing, I guess this is normal now. But common doesn't always mean normal. Let's talk about night cramps for a second, because this one surprised me. How many times have you been sleeping peacefully and suddenly, bam, a calf cramp wakes you up? You sit upright immediately, grab your leg, wait for it to release. Maybe you've done that recently, maybe dozens of times. Now sure, dehydration can play a role. Movement matters too. But muscles also need the right mineral balance to contract and relax correctly. Without that balance, things become more chaotic, and muscles begin misbehaving. Here's another question. Do your legs feel worse after sitting a while? Watching television, long drives, flights? Because research discussed in the knowledge material showed circulation slowing dramatically during long periods of sitting. Think about that. You sit completely still, and everything slows down. Now imagine that happening day after day, month after month, year after year. This is why movement matters so much. Not extreme exercise, not marathons, simple movement. Because every contraction acts like a signal. Wake up, move blood, move fluid, restart the system. And here's something interesting. Many people believe they need long workouts. Not true. Small, consistent movements often matter more. Ever notice you feel better after simply walking around for a few minutes? That's not your imagination. Your body was designed for movement. Now here's where things get interesting. Let's talk food. Because when people hear magnesium, they immediately think supplements. But many people are surprised by where magnesium actually hides. Pumpkin seeds, spinach, beans, dark leafy greens, almonds, cashews, avocados, even dark chocolate. And here's a funny question. Have you ever noticed how grandparents always seem to tell us to eat our greens? Turns out they may have accidentally been onto something. Now, does eating one salad suddenly transform heavy legs in 24 hours? Of course not. And that's important, because one of the biggest mistakes people make today is expecting overnight changes. The body rarely works that way. Most improvements happen quietly. You wake up one day and realize, wait a second, my legs feel lighter today. Then a week later, I haven't had cramps recently. Then maybe, stairs don't feel as difficult. Small wins, repeated daily. Now earlier, I mentioned 14 days. Why? Because people often notice changes over a couple of weeks after improving movement habits and supporting what the body may be lacking. Not because day 14 is magical, but because your body finally gets repeated support. And consistency changes things. Now, before we finish, I want to give you a simple challenge. For the next 2 weeks, pay attention. Increase magnesium-rich foods. Move more frequently. Avoid sitting too long without getting up. Notice how your legs feel morning versus evening. Notice cramps. Notice heaviness. Because awareness matters. You cannot improve what you never notice. Let's bring this full circle. Heavy legs after 60 are not always just aging. Sometimes your body is sending signals. Signals that muscles need support. Signals that circulation needs help. Signals that something may be missing. And when you understand those signals instead of ignoring them, amazing things can happen. Because your body isn't always breaking down. Sometimes it's simply asking for help. And now you know why one overlooked mineral, may play a bigger role than most people ever realize. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more videos just like this one.